Erebus Unitas. Didn't he play for the Colts? Lots of tables around here. It's like a showroom. Front desk. Well, I wish I had time to borrow these. They'd look great with my office decor. It's Mr. Bill in a blender. Nice clean lines, but not particularly comfy. I have to admit, I can make a mean cup of coffee. Well, someone around.
I'll have to ask you to have a seat until the authorities get here.
Wouldn't have been the way to handle the situation.
I realized that right away. Here's how I decided to do it.
Huh.
Well, someone around here is a heavy coffee drinker, and I'm betting it's our night watchman. Probably has to keep sipping it all night to stay awake. Well, that won't work.
Why? Okay.
What the hell are you doing?
Contact problem. Got it on again, though.
The coffee was spiked. I figured I should find a logical place to hide and wait for the Mickey to work its magic. There must be hidden cameras in all the rooms. This could be a problem with a conscious security guard hanging around. This door's locked. Now there's probably nothing in there I need. This door's locked. Probably even nicer than the men's room, but good form prevents me from checking. Now that the night watchman was taking a nap, my first priority was to decode Slade's orders. I needed to find some kind of cipher with a lot of letters on it, and it had to be somewhere inside Law and Order. Well, I doubt this towel's been sanitized for my protection. Now, this telephone's perfect for the man who's just gotta go. This one appears to be unlocked. It's a piece of propaganda from your friends at Law and Order. Another coded message. I've seen this type before. I need to find a reference document and count the letters in it. Unfortunately, I have no idea which document to use, though I'm guessing it's something related to the Law and Order party. I'll need to find a little something before I can open this. It's a piece of propaganda from your friends at Law and Order. They didn't spare any expense in this bathroom. Even the graffiti is top of the line. War and Peace, the unabridged version. Whoever left this might want to consider experimenting with a quality laxative. I don't need to take a peek in these. They didn't spare any expense in this bathroom. I don't need to take a peek in these. Nice rack. So this is where the water comes out. Clever. This thing must control the water temperature. Pretty fancy. I guess Law and Order doesn't have any use for mirrors, seeing as how they're a bunch of vampires anyway. They may have black hearts, but their hands are clean. Sink seems pretty standard. And this would be the gubernatorial cabinet, I suppose. I'd rather fight than switch. If more people would just use common sense, signs like this wouldn't even be necessary. I think I can dispense with these things. Lots of tables around here. It's like a showroom. I've seen used tablecloths with more artistic value. Well, I don't think our friend here needs his keys for a while. At least until he's done with his nap. Well, someone around here is a heavy coffee drinker, and I'm betting it's our night watchman. Probably has to keep sipping it all night to stay awake. Oh, and I forgot to ask him whether he wanted one lump or two with his coffee. As soon as I entered Robert Knott's office, I heard the familiar beeping sound coming from a panel on the wall by the door.
Oh no.
It was an alarm countdown. Even with the night watchman knocked out, I figured setting off an alarm would not be good. Looks like I need to enter a password, and I don't have a whole lot of time to do it. Post it. I should see what Mr. Knott was reminding himself to do. I wonder what's at this address. Maybe it's where Robert Knott's hiding out. Yeah, and maybe I'm the Queen of England. But I guess it'd be stupid not to check it out. Oh, I'm sure he's read all these books. The key might be useful. Oh, it's the ID badge I handed to the guard.
I wonder if it's okay for me to just leave like that.
No chance of getting in here. This looks like the kind of index card I keep my Cajun recipes on. A Law and Order ID badge. This was probably left here to give Slade access into party headquarters. Though I'm guessing it might work for me just as well. This doesn't look like any name I've seen in a Rolodex. Maybe it's a code. I guess I should play with it a bit.
My telephone?
I don't think I need to get in that door. A locked emergency exit. This door's locked. No chance of getting in here. Poppies will make them sleep. Probably even nicer than the men's room, but good form prevents me from checking. Now there's probably nothing in there I need. Lots of tables around here. It's like a showroom. This doesn't look like any name I've seen in a Rolodex. Maybe it's a code. I guess I should play with it a bit. Well, that's not gonna work.
Okay. Let me write this down. Hold on.
This doesn't look like any name I've seen in a Rolodex. Maybe it's a code. I guess I should play with it a bit.
Okay, sorry. It's probably gonna be like inverted, but I just wanted to see. Yeah, okay. Open Sesame? What? Maybe. Okay. Okay.
The password for Knott's office alarm turned out to be contained in the coded orders I'd gotten from the Mill Valley post office box.
Wait, what? I guess maybe I ran out of time. I can skip doing that now, though. Oh. I think I can. Uh-oh. Um. Huh. Okay.
The password for Knott's office alarm turned out to be contained in the coded orders I'd gotten from the Mill Valley post office box.
Huh. Okay, so I think I'm probably figuring out the code for something else. How do I turn off?
Another coded message. I've seen this type before. I need to find a reference document and count the letters in it. Unfortunately, I have no idea which document to use, though I'm guessing it's something related to the Law and Order Party.
Okay, it's like combining or something. You just can't see it. There it is. Okay. Uh, I think I think you're just counting letters here. I think we can figure out that this is Robert Knott. Maybe this is Slade, because it was a message to him. Okay, let's... 82... Oh, okay. Sorry for all the silence. I was just like focused there.
Well, I guess Robert Knott isn't behind the hit list. He's on top of it. Slade's not gonna get this message, but that'll only be temporary. If I can find Knott and warn him off, maybe he'll tell me what's going on here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure he's read all these books.
Oh no, I have to do this again. Okay. Um.
I haven't seen a coat rack like this since the second grade. Displays like this can be double-edged swords. Oh, first edition. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I'm still holding out for the movie. Oh, I'm sure he's read all these books. Well, Mr. Knott seems to have a long, pointy thing fetish. This lizard painting seems inconsistent with Knott's interior decorating motif. Maybe it's his favorite thing to skewer.
The safe.
Something tells me I should crack this thing. Maybe there's a clue to the combination somewhere around here. A safe. A misnomer if ever there was one, at least when I'm on the job. A CD, and I'm guessing it's not the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. Any photo kept in a safe has to be worth looking at.
Wait, what? This isn't in a safe, though.
Oh, I'm sure he's read all these books. These look like they just might open. Looks like Mr. Knott pulled somebody's file. Silvio, with Frank shimming. Something tells me my client knows a lot more about what's going on than she says she does.
Oh, who saw that coming?
Whatever's on this disc can't be good for the Law and Order party. Maybe this explains why Robert Knott's on the chopping block. I'll bet Wanda would do just about anything for this little tortilla. Looks like Robert Knott was doing some checking up on John Klaus. Interesting. Doesn't look like Knott has much use for his computer. It's not even plugged in. Certainly appears to be a lamp. Well, I wonder what kind of birdie this is. A finch, maybe. If I ever find Mr. Knott, I'm gonna make a point of asking him about his little fixation. That doesn't seem to do anything. Locked. I'll need the Law and Order ID badge in order to open this door.
Mystery address. Oh, the note on the chair, right?
That mystery address turned out to be a seedy-looking tavern on the waterfront. Even had a condemned sign plastered across the front door.
Well, you should have felt right at home.
Oh, that's funny. But what happened next wasn't. Despite a clear warning from my spider sense, I walked around back and found an open door. Finally regained consciousness, it felt like I'd been trying to drink my own body weight in cheap gin.
It sounds terrible. Yeah. Oh, band over two.
Thank you. May I check your coat?
You know, I think I'll keep it, thank you.
Okay.
Is it less than $3? Oh, that's all right. That wasn't the worst of it, though. I had this ripping pain inside my head. I mean, I was munching ibuprofen tablets like they were Reese's Pieces. That didn't stop the blinding light I was getting behind my eyes or the pain I had in my head.
Did you see a doctor?
No, just the light flashes, actually.
Come, I'll take you to your seats.
Oh, thank you.
Here are your seats. We'll have to prepare another table for you since you were late this evening. Can I get your drink?
I don't think so. Why don't we just wait?
Certainly.
Oh, this must be the penalty box.
So, finish telling me about Linsky.
Okay. Well, the thought occurred to me that Carl Linsky might have gone through the same thing I was going through. I mean, you remember I told you he had that little scar on the back of his neck? Well, it wasn't so hard for me to envision jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge just to get away from the pain.
What had they done to you?
Well, I had no idea other than I got beat up really good. I didn't realize at the time the clock was ticking and that I had less than 48 hours to live.
What did you do?
Well, I was only halfway up a long series of steps.
The next one was to find Robert Knott because he and I were on the same sinking ship together.
Like my skull was full of razor blades, I found a pay vid phone and tried Wanda Peck again. This time she answered. I told her I had something she'd want to see, so she agreed to meet me at the Capricorn building.
It was so important that you wanted to meet me after hours.
I've got something that might interest even you.
I'm listening.
This disc is from Robert Knott's office.
How'd you get that?
Off the record, I stole it. Robert Knott's fallen out of favor with the Law and Order Party, and for all I know, he could be dead. But if he's alive, I want to know where he is.
Well, off the record, I know Robert personally. I like him. I don't know where he is, but I can give you the best guess I have. He owns a cabin up north, which no one knows about. Well, almost no one. I'll give you directions. Wait here.
Wanda gave me the direction to Robert Knott's cabin. I wanted to leave right away, but I was too beat. Went back to the office and I slept for a while.
Where was the cabin?
It was up north, way out in the woods. In fact, I didn't even find it until after dark.
Well, was he there?
No, but I could tell someone had been there recently. I got inside and started looking around for something that might tell me where Knott was hiding out. I figured if I warned him about Slade, he might tell me what the hell was going on with Law and Order. Lights were on inside the cabin. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer, so I let myself in.
Let's take a look around.
A bunch of little fishies, and what's this? A small metal box. I guess I should check it out. Uh-oh. Those aren't fishies, they're piranhas. Looks like I'll have to find an industrial-strength fishing pole. Skylight control switch. I don't believe skylights are standard features in most log cabins. It's a good-sized skylight. You could get a full body tan just lying on the living room floor. This is really kind of gruesome when you think about it. Perfect log for a romantic evening by the fire. Large, light, and dry as Mom's pot roast. This pile of wood reminds me of the time this woman said she thought I could really light her fire. And I said, yeah, I was just admiring your kindling. It must be Goofy of the Anasazi. Nothing touches my artistic soul like stick figures etched on a flap of animal skin.
Why can you do that?
These are some big old cabinets. Well, there's nothing like a length of good, sturdy rope. Non-kosher dills, my favorites. They're bottled with pork rinds. A bottle of salsa alegre, a tortilla chip's best friend. Well, it's a good old-fashioned monkey wrench. A mini torch. There's gotta be some way I can use this. Nothing nicer than a relaxing evening in front of the fire with a jug of hooch at your elbow. Looks like Knott misplaced all his fireplace tools. The furniture's a little rustic for me. The furniture's a little rustic for me. Gas stoves are certainly the way to go. They're cleaner than electric and more economical than cold fusion. Frigidaire Bowhunter model. Just big enough to hold a 12-pack and a big bag of jerky. This hose is screwed down pretty tight. I need to find some sort of unscrewer thing. You could light a cigarette from across the table with this baby. The door's not much, but the transom's a handsome touch. Frontier armoire, probably full of union suits and coonskin caps. Under a killing moon. Now that would be a great title for something. The furniture's a little rustic for me. This quilt makes me want to find a bunch of hubcaps and have a game of super checkers. Looks like a Mayan bird bath towel.
I understood that reference.
I'll need to find a little something before I can open this. Well, that won't work. That won't work by itself. That won't work by itself. Must be the back door. No need to check out the yard. Like the stone said, wild horses couldn't drag me away. From ransacking the cabin, that is. This picture was hung on a bent nail. I suppose a regular hook just wouldn't do for an amateur frontiersman like Mr. Knott.
Level 4 ID badge.
Robert Knott's top-level ID badge. This might give me access to someplace special in Law and Order Party headquarters.
I don't want to do that again. Okay. No idea what that's for yet. Maybe we can just
Parked
leave.
out in front, through that door.
Maybe there's more outside. Nothing. We'll just leave.
Well, I wasn't expecting any company, but as long as you're here.
What the hell's going on here?
That stock door sound effect. I hear that in so many things.
Whoa. Listen, don't shoot the messenger, okay? I came to warn you. Somebody wants you dead.
Tell me something I don't know.
What is it? Let's hear it.
Okay. Did you know that a plate of cheese fries and dipping sauce has 3 days worth of fat and cholesterol?
Oh, well, that's just fascinating. And I'm running out of patience.
Do it.
Well, as you may or may not know, a lot of people have been dying lately of self-inflicted and or accidental causes. And you and I just might be next in line.
Anything else?
Wanda Peck wants to know why your head's on the chopping block.
So who the hell are you? And what's your relationship to Wanda Peck?
Well, my name's Murphy and I'm a PI. And I truly believe that Wanda and I are destined to be soulmates. I'm just hoping that someday she'll consent to bear my children.
You know, I don't know if you're hooked up right. But Wanda wouldn't have let you come here if you weren't on our side.
You really think you're safe here?
It's as good a place as any. Doesn't really matter anyway. They're gonna find me sooner or later. Actually, my own death is not exactly high on my wish list of things I'd like to happen to me. But I'll tell you one thing. They know I'm not gonna give up without a fight.
So tell me something if you don't mind. But how does someone go from being the Law and Order Party candidate to the top of their things to kill list?
A candidate is sugar coating on a pill. The party sets an agenda, and all I do is try to make it a little easier for the public to swallow.
What's Law and Order trying to force feed us?
What'd you say your name was?
Murphy. Tex Murphy.
Well, you gotta believe what I'm gonna tell you, Tex.
Why not? I'm pretty gullible.
Law and Order has this plan. They're gonna put implants into everybody. It's gonna allow them to identify, track, and eventually control the whole population.
They really believe they could get away with that?
They know it.
Listen, maybe you can answer something that's really bothering me. If Law and Order is so powerful, why are they going around killing everybody?
Call. Greg Call. They're trying to kill anyone who has ties to him. He used to work for Gideon Enterprises.
Well, how about I go talk to Frank Shimming?
Shimming? No, he's squarely in the camp of Law and Order.
Well, maybe he's behind this whole thing. I mean, Shimming could be the Overlord.
You know about Overlord, too?
Oh. Not the pickles. Not the salsa.
At this point, I started to smell gas.
Let me guess. You grabbed a couple of chili dogs for the flight up.
Not that kind. One of the bullets had hit the stove. Now the whole cabin was being flooded with gas. Who are those guys? Probably a hit squad. Looks like they accomplished their task. Well, it took a couple of slugs before he hit the floor. Well, didn't put up much of a fight. What's this? Something fell out of his pocket when he hit the floor. It's an old-fashioned key. This might go to that frontier armoire in the bedroom. Smells like a bullet caught the gas line. One spark and I'm a briquette. Looks like a deflated life raft or something.
It looks like a clown mask. What is that? A blow-up doll? Oh no.
Sounds like you'd worked with blow-up dolls before.
Hey, I have never been that lonely. But at the time, I had no one else to turn to. Oh, you're in there!
course, that idea would have just gotten me killed. My second approach was much better.
What did I do wrong? I took too long?
A coat and hat. A little small for me, but I might be able to get some use out of them.
What do I do? Put it on the bed, maybe?
Yeah, she looks a lot more lifelike with clothes on.
That way of thinking presented a fairly significant problem, namely, me being dead. I had to be especially careful.
Okay. Again, not enough time. Let's see.
I'll need to find a little something before I can open this.
Doing that would have killed you.
Very true. And that's why I had to go to plan B.
Oh no.
Sounds like you'd worked with blow-up dolls before.
Hey, I have never been that lonely. But at the time, I had no one else to turn to.
Of course, that idea would have just gotten me killed. My second approach...
Is using the blow-up doll killing me, or is it truly based on time? Let's find out. I think it's time.
The skylight's fully retracted. need to lure those thugs inside before I can climb through the skylight, or they'll just have a clear shot at me on the roof.
Hey, I've got a proposition for you. My girlfriend would like to meet you.
Show us the girl. Hi, boys. Come on in, let's have a party. I've got s'mores. Okay, we're coming in.
What?
I love hunters.
It's just a rubber doll!
I wonder if this was enough. Nice transition.
Well, I had a few singed hairs, but I was okay. Little did I know, things were about to really heat up.
Ooh, it sounds like Sylvia's about to make another appearance.
That's a good guess. After I got out of Knott's Inferno, I decided to fly back to Linsky's warehouse, check up on my client.
But she wasn't there.
Have I told you this part of the story before?
Oh, no, it's just that, well, I know how women work.
Well, that makes one of us anyway. So she's not at the warehouse. I fly over to her apartment. She's not there either. So I get in my speeder. I fly back to my office. I walk in the door.
And she's waiting for you.
Yeah.
Probably wearing something very nice.
To tell you the truth, I did not even notice.
Oh, of course not. So then she says, "Hello, handsome."
Well, needless to say, I was very, very upset with her. I thought we agreed that you would stay at the warehouse.
I know, but I started worrying something would happen to you. I don't feel very comfortable about being alone right now.
Sylvia, this thing is dangerous, and I don't think you realize how dangerous it is.
Well, tell me. I'm paying your tab after all.
Yeah, sure, bring business into this.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Am I not just a client? There were plenty before me, and there will be plenty after me.
That's what I tell myself.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean by that.
Tell me.
There's this thing. It's called the rules of a PI. And the number one rule is, don't fall for a client.
That wouldn't happen, would it?
Yeah, well, I'm holding you personally responsible for making me even think twice about it.
I feel so guilty.
Yeah, well, you should.
So tell me, are there any rules about kissing a client?
That falls squarely under Rule 1.
The rule that you're thinking twice about. So, break a rule. How many rules are there?
37 so far.
So 36 out of 37, that's not so bad. And I won't tell a soul.
Sounds like you were just about ready to go into the deep fryer.
No, it's more like a quick sear, followed by a slow simmer. Listen, It has been an incredibly long day, and my resistance is just about 0. So if you will take 10 paces back, promise to quit smelling so good. I promise you that when this is over, look into the possibility. We got a deal.
Okay, I'll be good. But I'll hold you to that promise.
I've got a cot in the other room. You take that and I'll sleep here.
Sweet dreams.
That's not gonna be hard.
Do you miss her?
Oh, yeah. This again. You know, as soon as I lose some weight, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't think I need to be reminded anymore. No, I don't think I do.
Good. Because I'm very selfish, you know.
That's one of the things that really attracts me to you.
Boy, that makes me happy to hear it. So now that you've described to me just about every temptation a man can stand, what happens next?
Nothing happened? Nothing happened, okay? Actually, I flew Sylvia back to the warehouse.
Good.
I thought you'd like that part. I went back to the office and I had a call.
You find the chess move?
I did. It was in the design of Val Davis's pass card. Look, I'm ready to meet with you. Just tell me when and where.
It isn't safe yet, but I have another lead for you. Find out about Greg Call.
Who's Greg Call?
He was the lead programmer on the STG project. He knew about Overlord.
Well, how do I find him? Greg Call. Overlord. Either one.
Call is dead.
Oh, that's gonna make him easy to find.
Call suspected that someone on the inside was selling out the STG project. For that reason, he relocated to a secret base of operation. If you find that, all your questions will be answered.
Any hints on how I'm supposed to do that?
The police were warned that Call might turn up dead. They may have found something that could lead you to where he was working. Oh, I gotta go.
So Greg Call was the head of the STG project.
Yeah, but he was the dead head.
So now you went back to see Detective Clements, right?
Good guess.
You seem to think I'm some sort of street informant. I'm gonna start charging you for these consultations.
You know, that sounds a little like extortion to me. Maybe I should talk to the commissioner.
Don't even joke with me about Drysdale. What do you want? I haven't got any information on that. He's a hitman for hire, and he's on Interpol's 10 Most Wanted. If you're mixed up with him, I'd make sure your affairs are in order.
Team Rocket goons. Yeah, they were awful.
How do you find out about these people? He died a few days ago. We would have chalked it up to natural causes. An aneurysm, maybe. Except we got an anonymous tip through 911 the day before he died. Tipster said that if he died, we should perform an autopsy. Never heard of him. I don't have a lot of time to waste, Murphy. I haven't got any information on that.
I haven't got any information on that. The end of that animation looks so weird because it looks like she's opening her mouth again to keep talking. Look at it.
Never heard of it. I haven't got any information on that. Never heard of it. It only turned up one unusual thing. A small capsule planted under the skin. Inside was a plastic tag with markings on it. We couldn't make heads or tails of it. Maybe you should give it a try.
What? I think I broke the game? Oh no, there. I wonder if it was supposed to play a video or something.
So what can I do for the world's sexiest PI? Oh, that's the Law and Order Party's candidate. You know, if I were to vote on attractiveness alone, he would certainly get my vote. Oh, I wish I could be of more help. I'm unfamiliar with that name. Oh, I wish I could be of more help. I'm unfamiliar with that name. Oh, I wish I could be of more help. I'm afraid I haven't heard of it. Well, of course I recognize Sylvia, but I don't know the man with her. Could have been just about anyone, I suppose.
Knott's disc is unbelievable. You gave us just what we needed to break open Law and Order. Now, how can I help you? Robert Knott is running for governor under the Law and Order Party banner. I checked him out personally and couldn't find anything to hold against him. If he belonged to another party, I'd probably vote for him. I'll follow this up and see what I can find out. He's a hitman, one of the best and most dangerous. He's done jobs for corporations, governments, you name it. Interpol would really like to get their hands on him. Carl is one of the leaders of the Mutant League. He's a good guy and someone that Law and Order wouldn't mind seeing out of the way. Haven't heard of him. Sure, I know Larry. He's a real piece of work. He's a mutant and lives out in Freetown. I run into him now and again, and he can be a good source of information. I don't know how you'll find him. He's kind of a renegade programmer, moves around a lot. You think Slade's working for Law and Order? If we can prove that, it might help us bring them down. We are aware that Frank Schimming has a taste for young ladies. It's one way we've gotten inside his inner circle.
I'd hoped you'd come by again.
No, please, thank you. I really must apologize for my inexcusably pedagogic display during your recent visit.
Hey, what you do in your personal life, that's none of my business.
What I mean to say is that I spent far too much time on my soapbox. You're quite a character. What can I do for you? Well, these chess moves are curious and vaguely familiar. Or perhaps they were part of some fabled match I may have read about. I can't say for certain. I don't know who he is. Gregory was my right-hand man when I founded Gideon Enterprises, a brilliant programmer. Until recently, he headed a division of the corporation. I heard that Shimming fired him, undoubtedly removing the last traces of my influence. Now there's a name I haven't heard in ages. I hired Sam to work at Gideon some 15 years ago, and after a decade of fruitful labors, we parted amicably. And then sadly, we lost touch. I wish I could be of more assistance.
What?
No, I'm unfamiliar with the name. I don't know who he is. I wish I could be of more assistance. I wish I could be of more assistance.
I don't know, man. Whatever.
I'm afraid I haven't heard of it.
The simulation is breaking.
Photo concerns me, but I prefer not to discuss it if you don't mind.
What brings you in? Can I interest you in a quick game?
Quick game, huh? Got a Parcheesi board laying around here?
Ah, the royal game of India. But sorry, this is a specialty shop.
Specialty shop, huh? Well, it is a special place. Perfect place to chat.
Thanks. What's on your mind? These are chess moves. But unless I see the match these moves were taken from, I can't tell you what they mean. Don't know him. Don't know him. Hammond's a mutant and he's gone underground. He's on the run from something, but he's not talking about it. I can't tell you how to get a hold of him, and he's probably too spineless to want to talk to you anyway. I'm really not familiar with that. Shimming always had a taste for expensive women. I think this one's name was Candy or something like that.
What topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Greg Call has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Samuel Jones has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Larry Hammond has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Jim Slade's hit list has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Frank Shimming has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? Thank you for using the American Information Database. Goodbye.
Do you have any facts?
Well, I've only got a few things in my file cabinets right now.
Braille of some kind? Hey, welcome back everyone. Sorry I haven't been looking at chat. Just enjoying the game here. This game predicted World War III. Suddenly silence. Huh. It's weird timing. I don't know where to go now.
Hey, Lieutenant. How's it going? Bust any big-time criminals lately?
We checked out the Big Surf Lodge.
So?
It was vacant.
I swear to you, he was there.
Tell you what, when you track him down, let me know. Until then, get the hell out of my office and stay out!
Well, I guess let's go to places we haven't been to yet. This would be the first one. There's nothing here. I mean, it's just the same room. Pretty sure I didn't miss anything in the boxes or anything. Nothing hidden. It's weird that it's so quiet now. That's new.
Curious. This UPEX package wasn't here before. It appears to be a Braille alphabet.
Okay, I feel like there's a bug in the game where if you spend too much time in the world, or if the song goes through like one iteration, it doesn't loop or anything. So you had to save the game for the loop to reset. I don't know what that's all about.
Nexus? What does that stand for?
I'm not sure it stood for anything. But I surmised that it had to do with Greg Call's secret base of operations. Now I had to ask around to see if anyone knew about it. You'll never guess who did.
You caught me at the last moment, Mr. Murphy. I was preparing to go abroad.
The camera shakes at the last second. Whoever was manipulating it. Like, it feels like somebody like nudged the camera or something.
That sounds good. You know, I've heard Amsterdam is great.
Everything you've heard is true. I highly recommend it. Now, I think I can spare you a few moments before I leave. Your investigation has certainly got you into some obscure channels. Years ago, well after the government signed the UNGP treaty, Gideon Enterprises bought the rights to utilize dozens of abandoned government installations. Nexus was the code name for an underground military facility located in Washington State near Mount Shasta. I don't believe we ever used the location.
I knew he would have information on it. He's too important of a character. Okay.
Nexus base took a long time to find, and I won't bore you with the details, but the installation looked totally derelict from the outside. Once I found a way inside, I entered an underground laboratory that was brand new, state-of-the-art.
Was there anyone there?
No, but as soon as I stepped inside, I did hear a voice.
Stand by for system scan.
So those men that jumped you had put some sort of implant into your head.
Exactly. And it seemed like I was in the best possible place to do something to remove it. I started looking around with just that in mind.
Just that in mind. No pun intended, I'm sure.
Some kind of chart. Maybe watching all those ER reruns will finally pay off. Oh, there's a card on the clipboard. If the implant I'm carrying around is on this list, it must be number P333. Now I need to figure out which of the kamikaze implants will neutralize it.
Initiates Blah, 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 blah. Okay. N216.
Special Mengele model syringe. Oh, a chip-making device manufactured by Frito Intel. The two megacorporation merged a few years back and cornered the chip market.
What the fuck? How?
Link's LS mug. I've got to play that one of these days. Appears to be a recently clipped newspaper article. Link's LS mug. I've got to play that one of these days.
Wow. Sick reference, bro.
Man, talk about wired for sound. Art Garfunkel could rock on these speakers. Well, this looks like an autoclave. It's used for storing items in a sterile environment. It's like an autoclave. It's used for storing items in a sterile environment. A security card reader. Must be for the autoclave. That's the one I'm looking for. These aren't the ones I need. STG must have bought these pass card readers in bulk.
Science ASMR.
Hey, slushy machines. Rubik's keyboards, putting the challenge back into data entry.
Maybe I should have looked at the item before using it. I'm sorry.
Injected yourself with that thing?
I had to. Then I went into the scanning booth. The fun was just starting.
With that face.
Implant removal station. Well, the IRS has always been good at removing everything else from me.
What about the passcode reader? What is this?
Implant removal station. The green diamond must indicate the location of the P333 implant. I have to move the kamikaze implant into one of the blood vessels where it will appear as a blue cross. Then, I have to navigate it until it reaches the implant and neutralizes it.
Oh my god. Okay, so we just pick a random
Those
spot.
flashing dots look like trouble. Must represent antibodies. And I guess they're out to get rid of the new infection. I'd better steer clear.
Oh. Oh, I see. It's just like a maze. Oh. Oh no. I don't think I can go anywhere. Like, it doesn't let you go off the path. Oh my god. I'm just gonna look at the thing and work my way backwards. So it looks like I have to go left from there. Oh man.
I'm just kidding. There was a way to do it. I just had to find it.
The green diamond must indicate the location of the P333 implant. I have to move the kamikaze implant into one of the blood vessels where it will appear as a blue cross. Then, I have to navigate it until it reaches the implant and neutralizes it.
I'm looking at the image without...
Uh-oh. Those flashing dots look like trouble. Must represent antibodies. And I guess they're out to get rid of the new infection. I'd better steer clear.
You see that big, like, chunk to my right that's, like, thicker than the rest? And it splits off to 3 different directions? That's where I want to go. I want to be on that path. If I could go left here, I would. It almost feels like you can get to it, but you just can't. Go away. Go away. I keep ending up here. You found one path where... I mean, I can kind of see, like, how to do it. But I get to one point... Let's see. If I can go down to here... It all wraps around too much. Oh, finally. Wait. Ah ha 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 ha. Wait. Hold on, no. This... Here.
I'd neutralized the Overseer chip, which someone had designed to be fatal in my case, or a controlling device to others. I still had no idea who was pulling the strings, but as I stepped out of the removal station, I heard sounds just outside the main entrance. I ducked behind a display panel and waited to see who it was.
The easiest way for me was to trace it from the point and work my way outside instead of, like, from inside out instead of outside in.
Hello? Hello? Okay. I'm really not very good with surprises.
Well, it isn't my mystery man. What's your name?
Larry Hammond. I would have told you earlier, but I have some serious trust issues going on. With all that's happened, I've got the right to be a little paranoid.
Yeah, I guess you do. You haven't been using the code name Poison Pawn, have you?
No. Why?
That's not important. How'd you get here?
I followed you. I wanted to make sure you came here alone.
Well, I hope you were more careful about being followed than I was.
Yeah, I have a very strong sense of self-preservation. I even brush my teeth carefully.
Yeah, it shows. Why don't we just start at the top and see what you know? Tell me about Carl Linsky.
Well, Linsky and I both worked on STG. But I didn't know him back then. I recognized his picture in the paper from when he had his suicide.
Well, that's helpful. How about STG?
It was a really mysterious operation. When Greg brought me in to do some programming, I didn't know anybody on the design team, and we weren't encouraged to get to know each other either. Once we got our instructions, we went off to work in different places. None of us knew what each other was working on.
So, who's in charge of this little circus?
Greg had been there the longest. He was pretty much running the show.
So is he this overlord I've come to hear so much about?
Oh, no, there had to have been higher-ups. I knew Greg for a long time. We were in Mutant League together.
Oh. Just so I understand something here, the reason you got in contact with me is because you wanted me to find Call's lab, right? Why?
Well, early on in the program, Greg got really paranoid and relocated his base of operations. And no one knew where he was at. I didn't even see him until after I finished my work with STG. A couple of weeks ago, after all the mysterious deaths, I decided to go underground and get a read on my life expectancy. Well, you see, I was underground, and Greg found me, which didn't give me a great sense of well-being. Anyway, he said he needed my help.
To do what?
He wanted to find the pass cards we'd all been issued. You see, all 8 of us received these cards at the beginning of the project. They were used to transmit data from wherever we were working to some sort of central computer. Now, the whereabouts of that computer, that was top secret.
Well, what about the chess moves?
Oh, I don't know anything about those. I think they were Greg's idea. He designed the cards.
And you've got a card.
Yeah. Here. You take it. Just holding the thing next to my skin just gives me the hives.
No, it's that polyester.
Really?
You told me if I came here that I was going to get the answer to all of my questions.
I said that? No, I was just guessing. I've got something that might help. Now, Greg gave me this the last time I saw him. Now, he said, don't open it unless something happened to him. I think something happened to him.
What are we supposed to do with it?
What are we supposed to do with it? It's your problem now. I told you everything I know. I gave you a pass card, and I gave you what Greg gave me. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go somewhere and try not to get killed. Hasta la pasta, baby.
Hey, Larry. Thanks for the help.
Anytime.
So Larry was the mysterious informant. And he said he wasn't the poison pawn. Well, what was in the envelope he gave you?
There was a note written from Greg Call to Larry. There was more to the content of the note than met the eye. Larry's pass card. The corresponding scrambled password is written on the envelope Larry gave me. This thing has anagram written all over it. Well, I mean...
Okay.
Carl told Larry not to read this message unless something happened to him. There must be some sort of secret message contained in this note.
It was something like every third or fourth word, right? I don't know if that means like I need to do 3 4 3 4 3 4 or count every 3, every 4. I guess let's just do every fourth. This doesn't make sense. Maybe I don't know. Let's just look at the machine. What am I even trying to use?
Seems to be a large light panel. Well, this should make a nice addition to my pass card collection. Seems to be a large light panel. Well, I certainly hope the switch doesn't control anything potentially lethal. Pass card reader's hooked up. Now I'll need to scan the pass card.
This... Wait. This is what we saw on the thing. Okay.
This was Greg Call's pass card.
No idea.
Call told Larry not to read this message.
Ugh, I'm sorry, that's so loud. I was trying to see if I could skip the dialogue without getting out of the screen for it. But that's a no-go, so time for more screaming.
Call told Larry not to read this message unless something happened to him. There must be some sort of secret message contained in this note.
Maybe we have to take the key card to the other place and look at it. I don't remember where that was. Maybe.
Okay, I know you'd neutralize the implant, but didn't the mysterious informant say that all your questions would be answered if you found Greg Call's lab? It doesn't sound like you found very much.
You're right. I still had to get into Greg Call's computer. I just had to look around a little more.
Oh. Not this place. Is it just gone now? I think it's gone. You can't go back there. Oh, maybe it wants you to use this. That would make sense, huh?
Well, that's not gonna work.
No, I guess not. Can you not even use it?
That doesn't seem to do anything.
No. I wanted to see if that had like any secret code on it.
Okay, I know you'd neutralize the implant.
Nice move. Depending, of course, on your point of view.
It's good to see you. What's up? These are chess moves. But unless I see the match these moves were taken from, I can't tell you what they mean.
To Larry or
What?
whoever's watching this, I'll have to assume that my first plan has failed and I'm probably dead. The purpose of this message is a warning, and afterwards my computer will reformat, so listen up. I've enjoyed a long friendship with J. St. Gideon. We founded Gideon Enterprises together years ago, and I believe that he is a good man and has honorable intentions, regardless of how I may disagree with his philosophy. For years, he has worked on a program called Overlord, a worldwide surveillance system which would allow him ultimately to control key political figures, thereby speeding up the world peace process. This was all made possible about a year ago. A breakthrough in nanotechnology allowed us to create microscopic devices that, once implanted inside someone, would allow us to control the physiological reactions, the chemical reactions, make the person a slave to positive response. And in this way was born the STG project, sort of a Pavlovian remote control program. We recruited 7 other scientists and put them on different phases of the project so none of them would know what the entire project was about. We gave them pass cards which would allow them to transmit data to a central overlord computer. I found out shortly thereafter that John Klaus, one of the scientists, was intending to sell out the project to the Law and Order Party. When I went to Gideon with my fears, he disregarded them. Either he knew something that I didn't, or he was simply too obsessed to listen to reason. Regardless, I took it upon myself to implement a fail-safe program into Overlord, which I called Stalemate. Now, in order to activate this Stalemate fail-safe program in the Overlord system, all 8 STG pass cards are required. I made a plan to track down the other 7 pass cards. I started with Carl Linsky's home once I'd learned that he'd committed suicide, but I was unable to find the card. The thought crossed my mind that since Carl Linsky and John Klaus were friends, that possibly Linsky staged his own death and is working with Law and Order and John Klaus. But I can't substantiate that. At this point, I'm not sure who I can trust, outside of Larry Hammond and J. St. Gideon, though I'm not sure how much J. St. Gideon will listen to me at this point. Regardless, Gideon's program, Overlord, must be deactivated. If not by me, then by whoever's watching this message.
I knew it!
You knew what?
Sylvia was behind the whole thing. Oh, it all fits together now. Of course. Linsky staged his own suicide.
Okay, you've got yourself an interesting theory now. Play with it.
Well, okay. Linsky worked at the clinic, right? And, well, there's a lot of patients there, and, maybe one was in a coma or terminally ill, and Linsky finds one that is about his same size, maybe even looks like him. And I think that's where Linsky probably gets the idea. So he dresses the patient in his clothes. He, plants the wallet, the keys, and the suicide note on him. They, dump the body in the bay, and it's recovered, and who identifies it?
Sylvia.
Please, we're finished. Thanks. Well, did I get it? Did I figure it out?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe so.
So, well, then why don't you tell me the rest?
Actually, I'm fascinated by your story. Why don't you tell me what you do next?
If it were me, I would probably go to the Law and Order Party headquarters.
That's exactly where I went, because now I had Robert Knott's pass card. This time, there was no sign of our friendly night watchman, though I figured he was around somewhere. I doubted the coffee trick would work again, so I had to figure out another plan.
I can't believe I brute forced that. I wonder how you were... Well, I don't know. I feel like the letter's gone now. I can't look at it anymore. You're supposed to, count every fourth word. Or not count, but look at it and look at the fourth letter. Sorry, the first letter of every fourth word. Jesus, it's I'm tired. It's late. I don't know how long this game is. I'll do one more level or something. I don't know. I'll get to the next part.
I was lucky to get in without the guard seeing me, but I figured he was somewhere in the building. I'd be in trouble if he returned to the front desk and checked out the monitors, so I had to figure something out fast. One of those banners shows that cute little son from the Raisin Bran box. Maybe I've stumbled onto a conspiracy. Courtesy phone. No way in the world this thing's bugged. I wonder what the Law and Order Party platform says about hobbits. Rug lo mein. Chopsticks. Looks like the Law and Order dinner was German Chinese food. An hour after you eat, you're hungry for power. Well, it never occurred to me to make Jell-O with fruit chunky style. Well, that won't work. Quality plastic place settings. Only the best for Law and Order Party boosters. Quality plastic place settings. Only the best for Law and Order Party boosters. Ah, the birthplace of the Law and Order Party. The stinking backwaters of Hatfield-McCoy country. This security camera could be a potential health risk. I'm extremely photosensitive. NTM! This pleasant ensemble makes me feel right at home. Furniture in here looks like it was set up for a bridge tournament. This painting gives me a warm fuzzy. Well, heaven help us if dogs ever get the vote. A luxurious patois. I've never been musically inclined, but I have been known to take a stand on occasion. A Law and Order Party beach towel. They're tough on crime, downy soft on you.
Secrets. Secrets.
Odd. The ozonator seems to have a good-sized hole in it. High-security card reader. My deductive powers tell me I may need a high-security card. Couldn't let that guard in the lobby see me on his monitor.
Oh.
There must be hidden cameras in all the rooms. I was lucky to get in without the guard seeing me, but I figured he was somewhere in the building. I'd be in trouble if he returned to the front desk and checked out the monitors, so I had to figure something out fast. This won't work by itself. Well, that's not gonna work.
Don't we have... I knew I saw this earlier.
I'll need to find something to set the pamphlet on in front of that camera.
Pretty smart. You saw that on Mission Impossible, didn't you?
Oh? Did they use that trick too? Why, I had no idea.
It's flipped upside down.
Did you have any problems setting up the photo?
Are you kidding? What do you think I am, an idiot? This must be John Klaus's little shop of horrors. Nothing here. This thing must be hard to keep clean. It sure is a popular model. I see it everywhere. It sure is a popular model. I see it everywhere. I think Klaus has night fever, and he knows how to show it. Something tells me I may not want to look at this photo. Well, here's something they filed on the floor. Not Gideon, too. This time, Sylvia has a lot of explaining to do. Maybe Klaus moonlights as a film critic. An interoffice memo. I have a weak spot for insider information.
I wonder if that's an item that I need, or if it's just like a texture that got left over. I don't...
Carl Linsky's name is on the printout. That explains Linsky's surgery, and it may also explain his suicide. I don't like to think what Klaus would be doing with a barrel of acid. Tape player. I'm not so sure I want to hear what's on this.
What the hell?
These tools look like something out of Dead Ringers. I guess Klaus has drawn a little blood in here. Lovely. Klaus stands on this, he might be able to look people right in the eye. Klaus probably uses this to determine the exact moments his patients kick off. I'll pass on the sandwich, but a super squishy sounds pretty darn good. I'm surprised this thing doesn't have a stretching mechanism on it. The syringe from hell. Implant procedures. Question is, if they just want to kill people, why do they go through all the trouble of the implants? What's the real purpose behind using them? Slaughterhouses must require good ventilation. A cat picture. Interesting. Klaus doesn't strike me as an animal lover. Chances are probably about 0 that I'll get into Klaus's computer. Slade must have given this pass card to Klaus after he murdered whoever it belonged to. Chances are probably about 0 that I'll get into Klaus's computer. Doesn't seem to do anything. I'd gotten everything I needed out of Law and Order, but the odds were pretty good that the guard was waiting in the lobby. I had to figure out a way to get him away from the front desk without letting him know I was in the building. Locked. I'll need the Law and Order ID badge in order to open this door. After my narrow escape from Law and Order, I went home and crashed, but I slept like hell. Slade was still out there, undoubtedly looking for me, and I had nightmares about John Klaus, the mad scientist, turning everyone into zombies. When I woke up the next day, I had no idea what was going to happen. Little did I know, later that day, I'd find out the identity of the poisoned pawn. Sounds like I've got a message on the vid phone.